He used to measure his life in comparisons. Every morning, before even getting out of bed, Ethan Carter would scroll through his phone and quietly destroy his own confidence. Someone his age had bought a new car. Someone else had launched a business. Another friend was traveling the world, smiling in pictures that looked effortless and perfect. Ethan would stare at those images and feel smaller each day, like his life was somehow late, delayed, or simply not good enough. He never noticed that what he was really losing wasn't time, it was belief in himself. Ethan worked a simple job at a small repair shop on the edge of the city. It wasn't glamorous, and it certainly didn't look impressive online, but he was good with his hands. He could fix things others had given up on. Still, none of that mattered to him, because in his mind, success had a very specific look, and he didn't match it. Every comparison became a quiet reminder that he was behind. One evening, after a long day, Ethan sat alone in the shop. The owner had left early, and the silence felt heavier than usual. In frustration, he picked up an old, broken radio from a pile of discarded items and slammed it onto the table. "What's the point?" he muttered. "No matter what I do, it's never enough." For a moment, he considered throwing it away like everything else that didn't seem perfect. But instead, he sighed and began to fix it. Piece by piece, wire by wire, he focused. Not on who was ahead of him, not on what he didn't have, but on the task in front of him. Time slipped by without him noticing. For the first time in months, his mind was quiet. There was no comparison, no pressure, just him and the work. After hours of effort, the radio crackled to life, filling the empty shop with a soft, steady sound. Ethan paused. Something inside him shifted. He realized that in those few hours, he hadn't compared himself to anyone. He hadn't thought about success or failure. He had simply done what he was good at. And for the first time in a long while, it felt enough. That night, Ethan made a small decision. He would stop measuring his life against others. Not because it was easy, but because it was destroying him. The next morning, instead of reaching for his phone, he got up and went straight to work. It felt strange at first, like breaking a habit he didn't know he was addicted to. But day by day, something began to change. He started taking on more challenging repairs, learning new techniques, and slowly building confidence in his own skills. Without the constant noise of comparison, he noticed opportunities he had ignored before. Customers began to trust him more. Word spread about the young man who could fix what others couldn't. Months passed, and the small repair shop began to transform. What once felt like a dead-end job became a place of growth. Ethan saved money, invested in better tools, and eventually started his own workshop. It wasn't flashy. It wasn't something people would immediately envy online, but it was his. One day, a customer walked in carrying a high-end device that several larger shops had refused to repair. Ethan examined it carefully, then smiled. "I'll take a look," he said. Hours later, when he handed it back fully working, the customer looked at him with genuine surprise. "You're talented," he said. "You should be proud." Ethan nodded, but this time it wasn't a quiet, uncertain nod. It was steady, confident. Because for once, he wasn't comparing himself to anyone else. He wasn't chasing someone else's version of success. He had built his own. That evening, as he closed his workshop, Ethan glanced at his phone. Notifications filled the screen, updates from the same people he used to compare himself to. But something was different now. He didn't feel smaller. He didn't feel behind. He simply felt focused. He locked the door, put his phone away, and walked home under the fading light of the sky. For the first time, he understood something that had always been there but never clear. The moment you stop comparing yourself is the moment you finally start becoming yourself.